This presentation has been brought to you by the Blitz Business Development Academy.
Hi folks, this is Louis Stack, and we're going to have a quick visit to the Active Office, Revive Your 9 to 5. Fitterfirst has been working with 4 pillars in our company since the very beginning of Fitter in 1985, and this is the 4th pillar, the Active Office. The first was injury and prevention. The second was athletics and training. The third was family fitness, and Active Office is the 4th, and we'll touch on that in just a second. So really what we're looking at is the return of SAM. What was SAM? It's stability, agility, mobility, what the modern office is leading us to, the paradigm shift that is involved with that, and what does it mean to you? What does the Active Office really mean to really all of us? And what are the tips to incorporate an Active Office? So Fitter was founded in 85, and really there was a huge need for functional training tools. There was no such thing as functional training at the time. And I had a need myself after double foot knee surgeries. And after a lot of years of hard work and proving a lot of things that don't work, but also listening to our customers to find ways that do, primarily athletes and physical therapists, we've managed to build a successful multi-million-dollar company with our products around the world. So we're very happy about that and working very hard to continue on that path. In the 20s, I had, as I said, double foot knee surgeries, and I had a balance problem. In my 30s, I had the good fortune of racing luge and then learning about World Cup speed skiing and participating for 5 years on the national ski team. We had, my wife and myself had 2 kids of our own, and plus a 3rd step kid in my 40s, and I got very involved with active family and helping all the kids stay very healthy. And in my 50s, I started sitting in an office and working more, and I found that the sitting in a chair was the worst thing I could possibly do. I had to move and be active even though I was in the workplace. And that was where the really Active Office concept came from. If this little video plays, I think you'll find it enjoyable. It's called SAM, or the return of SAM. He was our invention, or my invention. And again, stability, agility, and mobility. We'll let it speak for itself. It's just over 1 minute. Here's Sam.
Wow, it's amazing how many people we've guided to better balance since starting Fitter in 1985. Look, there's Sam, teaching the world about stability at work, agility at play, and mobility for life.
Hey, Louis, let's get moving.
Wow, I can't believe so many of you are still sitting. It's clear Fitter's 4 keys are needed now more than ever. I know I can help everyone stand up and move more. Us weekend warriors will improve sport performance and reduce the risk of injury. Providing tools that help prepare athletes physically and mentally for a gold medal performance. Helping families of all ages to enjoy better balance and mobility. We have 8 hours every day to make our bodies better at work. Wow, a sit-stand desk, just what I needed for an Active Office. Using Active Office products every day is the key to what I stand for. Hey, did you know that SAM actually stands for Stability, Agility, and Mobility in your daily routine? I'm here to guide you to a healthy lifestyle at work, school, and play. Remember, balance is the essence of movement, and movement is the essence of life. So keep moving to enjoy your best life possible.
So now you know Sam and the influence he can have on your life and why he can be so important. We wanted to keep it simple, and we really felt just an average little guy like Sam could help explain it all, make it super easy, regardless of whether you're working on your basic mobility to get out of a walker or a wheelchair or shooting for your gold medal. It's relevant to everybody who's influenced by time and gravity, and that is all of us. At the end of the day, gravity wins. So our job is to have the best relationship possible with time and gravity all along the way, because we know the outcome at the end of the game. So what is balance and movement? What does it really mean if we cut to the chase? Well, balance is the body's ability to maintain the position by working to counteracting gravity and other forces, like movement, which change the forces of gravity. It involves the body's proprioception, which is your body's awareness system. And proprioception is how you feel when you move in space. If you close your eyes and move your wrist around, you can probably still touch your nose, assuming your body's awareness system is working well. When you stand and walk, if the ground is soft and mushy, it feels very different than firm ground. That's your body's ability to take the feeling through your foot give the information to your brain, and the brain has to fire that information back through your connective tissue and tell the muscles how to react. It's a very important system of our body. And then, of course, movement is how we change positions while we work with the forces of gravity, and it's referred to as both internal and external and even emotional. Movelessness is not something we hear of too much, but when you sit too still, that's what you're doing. It's lifeless, without energy, or even dead. I don't want to be called dead at work. An object in motion stays in motion. That's what movement's about and how we'd like to age gracefully. And an object at rest stays at rest. Mayo tells me he sometimes sits many hours a day. That's too much rest, Mayo. You need to get up. So the thing that we know about when we're young, we take balance and movement for granted. And cardio and strength are sort of the activities we do. We go hiking, biking, playing wherever we play, do what we do when we're young. It's just what we do. Try to stay healthy. What happens as time and gravity goes on, our need for maintenance of balance and movement becomes much, much more important. And to the degree we're successful at keeping balance and movement, our cardio and our strength is more attainable to us. If we lose our confidence in the balance and movement area, our cardio and strength becomes much more unattainable, and the aging effect wears on us quickly. And we all know who I'm talking about. We see people who don't move very well, and they won't go across grass, or they're uncertain on different surfaces, and they've lost their confidence. And I call that a neck up issue, but it's come because they've lost their confidence in their movement, and hence their cardio and strength starts to diminish. We really want to watch that doesn't happen. The evolution of man is we all want to be the middle guy with the spear who moves well and can catch our enjoyment in life. But if we spend too many hours every week in front of the computer, we'll either break there, or on the weekend when we try to be the middle guy, we'll break there. But sooner or later, something's going to go wrong. And ironically, the same tools we use to stay healthy, like the middle guy, are the tools we'll use in rehab to try to get back to where we were. So I always say, why not just avoid the injury phase and stay healthy and do prehab instead? Avoid having something go terribly wrong. So the active office is a place where you have access to standing, which gives you much better access to movement. And that is really the goal. We're trying to get to movement. So access to movement is easier to attain from standing. The real objective, folks, is to be able to stand up and uncompress your core at least every 30 minutes for 1 minute. And the act of standing up, actually your internal organs drop a little bit, and your internal muscles tighten around them, and your proprioceptive system recalibrates to the force of gravity. Your heart rate goes up a little tiny bit, and your eyes and ears recalibrate, and your body adapts to the force on the feet in a different fashion than it did when your body was sitting. So that recalibrates. These are all factors that happen in your body subconsciously every time you stand up, and they're all good for your body. So the more often you stand up and then move after that, the healthier your body reacts. So why do you need an active office? Well, Texas A&M says that employee productivity goes way up when you have a standing office where people stand at least half the time. And as an employee, it means stronger core muscles, improved posture, probably less pain. You feel more confident. Your balance, stability just feels better, as does more movement in your body. So circulation, lymphatic flow. And the fact is, if you're standing, you are burning more calories, especially if you're moving frequently. So those are all pretty good things we'd like to have. And for an employer, it gives you more energy, probably more interaction between your staff, and more positive vibe in the productivity we talked about, and lower healthcare costs because less people are sick. And better interaction. Now it just makes sense for everybody's sake. And the way you do this is the same way the seatbelt became a norm for everybody. Back in the 60s, there was no norm. That was an option in my old 65 Valiant. And see that stick over there? Well, that was a toothbrush in about 1915, 1920. They were a gimmick first. And then in World War II, the oral infections were so bad amongst U.S. soldiers, they insisted that everybody had to brush their teeth daily. When they came back from World War II, it led to being the norm. So that's how recently we started brushing our teeth every day. I think we all agree it's a good idea. The same thing's going to happen in the office place for active sitting and active standing. We're not going to let people sit 8 hours a day and slowly kill themselves. We have to change the way we work so that our workplace is an asset to our long-term health. Active standing things create micro movements, just like a person holding a baby. They'll tend just to rock side to side by their nature. It's just what humans do. And standing on an active office board, or maybe some kind of wobble or floating board, creates that kind of movement without interfering with your mental thinking. So it's just getting those subtle movements that are minor but important to your core, getting those micro movements and firing. So, in history, writes it out clearly. Winston Churchill, Da Vinci, Bonaparte, Ernest Hemingway, just a few famous people that always used standing desks. I think they knew something in history and about how to move every day. So folks, I say balance is the essence of movement. Movement is the essence of life. And at Fitterfirst, we've promoted this concept for a very long time through our 4 pillars. We encourage you to look at implementing it in your life. There's no reason not to. And the reality is you'll do it after you're hurt, or why not do it for prehab before you're hurt? Check us out at www.fitter1.com. Thank you. Stand up, move often. Thank you. Bye-bye.